Hi. If you wanted to be famous as a child or an adolescent, a teenager, if you wanted recognition, if you wanted to be an artist or your own way of content creator or influencer, before those words existed, if it didn't happen, I know the reason why. Same as I know the reason why it will happen later on, pretty soon even. Hello, welcome back again to Toma Lo Que Necesitas. My name is Maria Inés. I will be your host for tonight. I am doing this episode in English because, as you may have seen, there are some subjects that just flow more easily in Spanish, the way that I usually do, like 80% of my content, and sometimes some topics, they just flow in English, or I get the realizations in English. So this one came like that, and I want to elaborate on it in this language. I just had this realization that now that I have been creating content, I wondered one day, why didn't I do this sooner? If I had only lost the shame or the fear, I would be in a completely different place right now. Maybe if I had started back in the day when I was 16, when I wanted to do this, I wouldn't have the life that I have now. And I just spiraled down into feeling bad about not starting earlier. But the other day, as I was meditating, especially through dance and writing, these realizations flowed in, and I want to share them with you because you might be like me, and you might be at a path where you're starting to create or have the intention to start creating. And if you wanted to be recognized, if you wanted to be famous, there is a reason why that didn't happen. So I was having these conversations with myself, and I realized that when I wanted to start, when I was 16, I wanted to do like lifestyle and makeup content, and I feel that the reason why I didn't do that is because it was not on my path, because I was not meant to be doing just filler content, just superficial content. Not to say that there are no good creators out there doing a service to humanity, even through makeup, even through lifestyle, even through the outfits of the day. That was not meant for me. And the reason why that didn't take off is because I was meant to be of service in a different way. I was meant to wait all of this time to grow in maturity, in experience, and in consciousness, so that I could be aligned with my true soul and purpose, so that when I created, it wasn't just filler content or even trash, digital trash. And I feel that the reason why I started this right now, I used to beat myself down focusing on I should have started sooner, but I just didn't realize that I started now, and there was no better time to do it, because right now we are at a shift, at a collective shift in which more authenticity is going to be required for us consumers and viewers, and for us creators as well. We have come from generations and centuries of fake and performative content, of artists that have their curated lives and tailored to what us consumers want to see or what the system wants to sell to us, and it has all been like propaganda. And we're coming at a time where we will start to see new famous type of people. The people who will be of service, the people who would use their channels not to just create superficial content, but deep, transformative, meaningful content. So maybe you did not do it before because it wasn't the time for you, because you are meant for something bigger, because you are meant for something way more impactful. And it is so good that it didn't happen back then. I know I was talking to my mom about this, and I told her, thank God I didn't start before doing all of the makeup content and everything, because I have realized now that if you are consistent with something, if you're devoted to create the things that you like from your pleasure, you will most likely succeed no matter what it is you are creating. If it comes from your creativity, your pleasure, your enjoyment, if you are consistent with it, there will be a high percentage of probability for success. And I was telling my mom, I am so glad that I didn't do it back in the day, because I was so mentally and emotionally unstable that if I had become I'm going to use the word famous, and I know there are like tiers of fame, and I don't mean like Beyonce type of fame. I'm talking about like the lower tier levels, but still recognition. I was telling my mom I wouldn't have dealt with fame well back in the day. I would have most likely fallen into having really bad relationships with substances, with people, with situations. And I feel that instead of being angry at myself and at God for not doing this earlier, I am here to be grateful, because it wasn't the time for me. I was not meant to do it that way. I was meant to fight myself, to have a different path of initiation, to be a kid when I needed to be a kid, to be a teenager when I wanted to be a teenager. You have no idea how valuable it is, no matter how hard times may have been for you, how meaningful it is for you to have had your teenage years to just enjoy and be a teenager instead of another member of the workforce, even if it's in the creative digital realm, as we are in here right now. Because I was thinking I would have probably had a contract with a higher, management company. I maybe would have started doing more superficial, unhelpful content, and I don't know where my life would be right now. I don't know if I would be as sane and aligned with myself as I am right now if I had gone that way. And I am here to remind you that the fact that you don't get the things that you want in the moment that you want them and the way that you want them doesn't mean you're not going to get them. It doesn't mean they're not going to be for you. It just means they're going to arrive when they need to arrive, in the form that they need to arrive. And it is sometimes the most unexpected. It changes as you change. Your goal changes as you change. You don't want the same things you wanted back in the day because you are evolving as well. And I was having this realization that the universe or God does not take away anything from your path that would do you good. And if you didn't take off, if you didn't become famous, if you didn't start the podcast or the video channel or whatever it is that you wanted to do before, it was for a God-given reason. God moves through all things, through all creation, being the creator himself, herself. So instead of being anxious or ungrateful, I think we should be pausing to thank and be very grateful and aware that it happened that way for a higher reason. And it is so good that you didn't take off back in the day. You don't know if that would have been the best path for you. So instead of taking it as something bad, take it as something good, knowing that you have now the possibility to create whatever it is that you want to create, because maybe right now you are more aligned with your intention, with the things that you want to provide to the world. And I think that, for example, I love talking about outfits and how to use your wardrobe as a way of getting in touch with your creativity, as a mental health thing that can improve our mental health and our commitment to ourselves. And I know that when I wanted to do these reels and content just to like show off what I was wearing, I was going nowhere. Like there was no purpose of it. Maybe I would inspire people to dress up in certain ways, but at least I felt that I wanted something with a meaning behind what I did, whatever it is that it was. And I feel that now, even if I want to talk about clothes, even if I want to talk about makeup, even if I want to talk about lifestyle and the things that I wanted to create when I was 16, I can do it now, rooted in consciousness, rooted in alignment with my spirit, with my purpose, and I can do it with a higher meaning. You can still do the things that you wanted to do, but I'm pretty sure that now you can help with the things that you do too. And I know it is better to start creating whatever it is that you want instead of not creating, while you find your voice, while you find your message, while you find the things that you want to do. But I think it's very important to try to not be just making more of the same content just for the views, just for the likes. For real, if you have grown up and this is your time of creation, is because now you know that it is not about the likes, it is not about the views, it is not about the reach that it can have, it is about how it feels for you, what it is doing for you, and therefore the service that it could also do for the people that it might come in contact with. Do not create based on the result of like the future result. Create based on the present result. Sorry. Which is joy and fulfillment. There's a reason why it didn't happen for you when you wanted it to, because it will happen for you when you need it too. And there's a difference between what we want and what we need. And what we need, sometimes it's not the same thing that we want, and sometimes what we need doesn't come the moment that we think we need it or we think we want it, because life is an initiation itself, and for you to receive certain things you have to go through certain initiations, through certain paths. And I'm pretty sure people who started creating content before, like I have seen them mutate. I've seen some people that started doing like this very superficial, no, how can I say it, like very empty like songs or content, and I've seen them shift into more mature and conscious and purposeful content. And I've seen some people just get completely lost in the wave of them creating something and thinking that they have to perform forever with the character that they created first. I cannot imagine getting out of the role of being a lifestyle makeup outfits content creator as I wanted to be if I had been doing that for many years. I know it would be harder for me to break from that, to shift, to change from that. It's not all in Spanish we say miel sobre hojuelas, which is like honey on top of oats. It's not all pink colored. It's not all soft and fluffy for everybody. Even the people who made it before, they will have their own initiations, they will have their own challenges. I just want you to know that this is the perfect time for you. If this video found you, it is for a reason. It is for you to step into your calling of creation. May it be whatever it is that you feel it needs to be. Give yourself time to experiment, to do messy things, to create all of the possibilities that your soul craves, because maybe it has been held on standby for too long. Create aligned with yourself, with your pleasure, with your purpose, with your joy, and see what comes from there. It will come to you. We are entering a new generation of like famous people, and it will be real people. It will be people with a purpose, with a deep, profound message for change. And I know a lot of people talk about like this Christ consciousness being more and more present in us collectively. Maybe we are at a time where it's not maybe, it's definitely we are at a time where a lot of us will begin to follow a path Christ-like, where we will teach, where we will have a community, where we will build a community, and we will have a collective impact. Not even Yeshua, not even Jesus was liked by everybody, so don't expect yourself to be liked by everybody. When you stand for everything, you fall for nothing, or something like that. So stand up for what you believe in. Do it fearlessly, even if it's something that you haven't seen out there, even if it's something that you haven't heard out there. You are here to be the fire starter, the igniter, the pioneer. We are entering an era of new content creators, of new artists with a true voice aligned with their souls and spirits. That's the Christ consciousness that we have been hearing about collectively. You are here to also be a guide for the well-being of humanity through your art forms, whatever they are, even through lifestyle and makeup and clothing. Trust me, you will find the message behind what you want to do as long as you keep on doing it. Remember that consistency and devotion are key. And the same way that Jesus had his initiations before coming to be a voice of his generation, you may have also had your initiations too, and your voice was just getting to that perfect point to be a good carrier for the soul and the heart's message. We are also awakening within the feminine, and the feminine allows herself to be pleasurable, enjoyable, messy. It allows herself to expand, to try new things, to feel how they feel, and to communicate through that feeling and alignment too. We are coming to an age of creating from your heart and your soul, and I know that you are part of this big movement that will keep on resonating for many, many years. It will succeed us even after we part from this body. So I just want to congratulate you for stepping in bravely into your calling, into your inner calling. I can't wait to see how we will be having more and more of these people who will create in a more conscious way. I said this a lot. I tend to repeat myself a little bit, but okay. That's the message. That's the realization. I hope that this made sense to you. I would love it if it did, and if not, just take what you need. I love you. I know you are meant for great things. Trust your timing. It was like that for a perfect, divinely selected reason. Nothing is against you. Nothing was ever against you. Everything is in your favor. It is working out right now for you. This is a perfect time. You didn't see it coming, but it is. Okay? I love you. Thank you so much for your time, for your attention, for feeling here with me, for hearing me with my English that sometimes stutters a little. But okay. See you soon. Bye.